warm welcome and introduction. Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm extremely honored to be your guest speaker for this very special occasion. I would first like to thank the president, faculty, and staff of Woodson Community College for allowing me this special opportunity to speak to you tonight. I would also like to thank the friends and families of the graduates for being a part of this special journey. It was through your love and encouragement and support that helped make this possible. To my family, who is here with me tonight, thank you for always supporting and believing in me. Now, I must admit, when I first got the phone call asking me to be this year's speaker, I thought, speak? No way, Jose. I could never carry out such a great assignment. What would I say? What if I choke? And if I choke, would my choking be recorded? These are all things I ask myself in my head, but nevertheless, I'm here, and I'm honored, and I have a story. My story may sound like many of you here today. I grew up in a small town, about 55 miles from here. One gas station, one grocery store, no stoplights. My mother was a stay-at-home mom, and my stepfather was a farmer who dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. But he was doing all that he could to earn a living for me and my family. So like most poor families, the demands of earning a living took precedence over getting an education. And as a result, I didn't take education seriously. I spent my high school days telling jokes and doing a bare minimum just to get by. I had no goals or hopes of ever going to college. But in time, the jokes did eventually run out. And eventually I dropped out of high school. So while my classmates, those same classmates that I made laugh for so many years, they went off to different universities, graduated, well, most of them, and started really great careers. I spent the next 15 years of my life working in a factory, making plastic boxes. And to this day, I still have flashbacks whenever someone asks me, paper or plastic? So I guess the million-dollar question is, how did I get here? Ironic enough, my mother went back to school in her 50s, and after watching a stay-at-home mom of many years transition into a working professional, it motivated me enough to push past my fears and enroll back into school. Now, this was probably one of the scariest decisions I ever made. But you know what? There are some things in life that you have to do afraid. I'm sure many of you understand and have experienced some of these same fears. Fears that held me hostage for so long. Like, I'm too far behind. I'm too old. And my favorite, I'm not that good at math. But as I silenced the voices that was in my own head, I was ready for the race that was set before me. Hebrews 12:1 speaks about running the race with endurance that is set before us. That means to press forward with patience, knowing that if you get in the race and just stay in the race, eventually you will finish the race. So after completing the requirements to finish and receive my high school diploma through my Master's Adult Degree program, I still was not satisfied. So I decided to enroll to pursue my associate's degree at the local community college. I'm not going to tell you it was a walk in the park. In fact, it was just the opposite. I stayed up long nights, studied on the weekends, and spent much of my free time buried in schoolwork. However, I had set a goal, and I was determined to reach it. Well, fast forward to May 12, 2012. I finally reached that goal. And not only did I reach that goal, I superseded that goal. Out of 389 graduates receiving high school equivalencies, diplomas, certificates, and associate degrees. There were 6 graduates that earned a Medal of Honor for receiving a perfect 4.0. And one of those honored was this little high school dropout that once had a 1.9 GPA and no hopes of ever going or succeeding in college. I can still remember that day like it was yesterday, sitting in the audience with my cap, gown, ropes, and the Medal of Honor hanging from my neck, thinking to myself, what now? Where do I go from here? And it was at that very moment that I heard a still small voice whisper in my ear, keep going. So that is exactly what I did. So here I am today, exactly 10 years and 3 degrees later, since I first stepped out on faith and pushed past my fears to take control of my destiny. Standing here with confidence when I say, never give up. Hard work really does pay off. Therefore, I challenge you today to never give up. Never stop climbing. Believe in yourself and your ability to set and reach goals. A wise person once said that setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. Keep your eye on the prize and don't look back. And if you get tired along the way, don't fret. Just remind yourself that Mama said there'll be days like this. Trust me when I say that. After a while, you will find your second wind if you don't give up. So tonight, on behalf of the great faculty and staff of Wilson Community College, along with your family and friends and my family, congratulations for not giving up. We celebrate you and this major milestone that you have accomplished. You got in this race, you stayed in this race, and tonight you can proudly say, I finished this race. Go forth and continue to do great things. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you.